Out of the 1920s, the most recent Granny basketball event was in Iowa, but the league has more than 500 players in 10 states. They look great out there. I'm calling them glamours.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Yellow team's favored.
Yeah.
They look tough.
Forget about pickleball. You got the basketball. All right. Thank you, Sam. And that's it for us for now. Thanks for watching tonight. World News Tonight with Dave News coming up next. Don't forget, Lee is online anytime to see the forecast because rain is coming. Eyewitness News returns after tonight's NBA Finals. We'll see you then. Have a safe night.
Tonight, breaking news involving former President Trump, now in Florida at this hour, set to face a federal judge on 37 counts, and what he's still doing tonight. Also, new video in the fire erupting, part of I95 collapsing, and the deadly tour boat accident capsizing along the Erie Canal. First tonight, former President Trump, the first former president ever indicted on federal charges, traveling today from Bedminster to Miami, expected to be fingerprinted and photographed tomorrow. The indictment, including images of boxes stacked throughout Mar-a-Lago, a ballroom, a bathroom, a shower, a storage closet. The indictment says highly classified documents about America's nuclear weapons and U.S. vulnerabilities to attack, how the U.S. would respond, alleging Trump suggested his attorney hide or destroy documents. The new headline tonight, Trump's once loyal Attorney General Bill Barr saying, if true, Trump is, quote, toast. Rachel Scott and Aaron Katersky in Miami. Also tonight, the new video this evening, the fire erupting, that devastating collapse, a huge piece of I-95 coming down in Philadelphia. A tanker truck fire bringing down the overpass. Relatives say a body was pulled from the wreckage just today. Janae Norman in Philadelphia. The deadly accident in New York along the Erie Canal, the images coming in, an underground tour boat capsizing, 29 people overboard. The chokehold on a New York City subway tonight, the former Marine charged, breaking his silence, what he says happened in that train car. The war in Ukraine tonight and the major news coming in, the Ukrainian counteroffensive, what they say they've taken back, and reports tonight of video showing Russian soldiers being taken captive. Here in the U.S., the mother of 3 young children who wrote a book with them about grief when her husband died, now accused of fatally poisoning him, what she allegedly searched for on the internet. The miracle in the jungle, 4 young children, 13, 9, 5, and an infant, surviving a plane crash. Their parents did not. The remarkable discovery tonight, 40 days after the crash. Here in the U.S., severe storms on the move at this hour, several states, then this moves up the East Coast. And America's strong tonight, the school bus pulls up, and what a young son saw when those doors opened.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to start another week with all of you at home. And we begin tonight with former President Trump, now in South Florida at this hour, set to answer to federal criminal charges at the federal courthouse in Miami tomorrow. 37 counts. He traveled from Bedminster, New Jersey to Miami today. The indictment alleges among the classified documents were documents on the U.S. nuclear program, U.S. vulnerabilities to attack, how the U.S. would respond. The indictment says Trump suggested at one point his attorney hide or destroy the documents. Trump insists he did nothing wrong. He is still trying to recruit new lawyers to his team tonight after 2 resigned amid the indictment. The former president has asked his supporters to protest tonight. Miami's mayor says they are prepared. And this evening, how this will play out tomorrow. The former president's mugshot, the fingerprints, and tonight, what his own former and once very loyal attorney general is now saying. ABC's Rachel Scott leading us off in Miami tonight.
Former President Donald Trump arriving in Miami one day before he will turn himself in at the federal courthouse to be arrested and arraigned on a sweeping 37-count indictment. Trump has called on his supporters to protest. In Miami, security preps underway. The city's Republican mayor with this message.
We wanted to ensure to the public that we are ready.
Trump is accused of hoarding classified documents at his Mar-a-Lago resort, containing the nation's most sensitive secrets, information regarding defense and weapon capabilities of both the United States and foreign countries, United States nuclear programs, potential vulnerabilities of the United States and its allies to military attack, and plans for possible retaliation and response to a foreign attack. Federal prosecutors say Trump knew he was not authorized to keep the documents, but did it anyway, scheming to obstruct the investigation. They say they have him on tape, showing off a Pentagon document outlining a potential plan of attack on Iran and admitting, as president, I could have declassified it, but now I can't.
We did absolutely nothing.
Back on the campaign trail, Trump accusing President Biden of weaponizing the Justice Department.
This vicious persecution is a travesty of justice.
The 49-page indictment charges the former president carelessly stored classified documents throughout his club, in stacks of boxes in a ballroom, spilling on the floor in a storage room, even in a bathroom. The indictment accusing Trump of suggesting his attorney falsely represent to the FBI and the grand jury that Trump did not have documents called for by the grand jury subpoena, and that his attorney hide or destroy the documents. At one point, prosecutors say Trump asked his attorney, "Wouldn't it be better if we just told them we don't have anything here?" Trump's once loyal Attorney General Bill Barr calling the conduct described egregious obstruction.
If even half of it is true, then he's toast. I mean, it's a very detailed indictment, and it's very, very damning. And this idea of presenting Trump as a victim here, a victim of a witch hunt, is ridiculous.
And today, one of his rivals for the Republican nomination, his former ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, with this pronouncement.
If this indictment is true, if what it says is actually the case, President Trump was incredibly reckless with our national security. More than that, I'm a military spouse. My husband's about to deploy this weekend. This puts all of our military men and women in danger.
A changing and sharpened message from Nikki Haley tonight. Our thanks to Rachel Scott leading us off. Let's get right to senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky. He's at the federal courthouse live in Miami tonight. And Aaron, take us through how this day will unfold tomorrow.
We're told, David, the former president is going to arrive here tomorrow afternoon and go directly to a courtroom on the 13th floor of this building for his arraignment, where it's likely he will enter a plea of not guilty. After court, Trump is going to be processed as a criminal defendant. At no time will he be in handcuffs, but technically he will be in FBI custody. His fingerprints are going to be taken. They can do that electronically now, no need to ink up his fingers. And he is going to have his mugshot taken. Mugshots are not released in the federal system. Once all that is over, the former president is expected to depart Florida and head back to New Jersey so he can address hundreds of guests at his Bedminster Golf Club, once again using his prosecution, David, as a focal point of his politics. David, back
in Bedminster by tomorrow evening. Aaron Katersky, our thanks to you and to Rachel. Will be on the air tomorrow for all of this. In the meantime, we continue with the news tonight into the tanker truck fire, bringing down part of I95, that overpass in Philadelphia. Tonight, the governor declaring a disaster, a body pulled from that wreckage just today. The frightening scene after the accident, flames rising from below. And tonight, we're getting new video just now emerging of that raging fire where the tanker truck crashed. Of course, helping to bring down that piece of interstate. ABC's Janae Norman in Philadelphia tonight.
Tonight, that raging inferno erupting along one of the nation's busiest highways.
Oh my God!
You can hear the crackle of flames as part of Interstate 95 in Philadelphia collapses.
When I realized the flames are coming up on the side of me, and as they hit me, I just got really scared.
Authorities say a tanker truck carrying up to 8,500 gallons of gasoline crashing early Sunday, exploding in a massive fireball.
From what we understand, the tractor and trailer was trying to navigate the curve, lost control of the vehicle.
Family members identifying that truck driver as Nathaniel Moody. They say he did not survive. The northbound overpass destroyed, and today officials confirming the southbound section was so badly damaged, it too must be demolished.
And you can still see some of the charring on the southbound lanes that we're told are structurally unsound, and all of the debris underneath from where that roadway just crumbled.
The governor today declaring a disaster, warning it could take months to rebuild, causing commuter chaos.
You don't realize how much that cripples the city.
Everyone's just going to have to adjust. We're probably going to have to wake up a little earlier, show up on time.
About 160,000 vehicles use this stretch of highway every day.
For both vehicle passenger traffic and for goods movement supply chains, this is going to be a major disruption in that region, and it's really going to affect the whole Northeast.
And David, this was a fairly new bridge, but experts say the gasoline that caught fire heated up so quickly, exceeding temperatures of 900 degrees, compromising that overpass. Officials now bringing in heavy equipment to start cleaning up the wreckage. David.
Janae Norman in Philadelphia. Janae, thank you. Tonight we're learning more about a deadly tour boating accident along the Erie Canal in New York, upstate near Buffalo. It happened during a tour of an underground cavern. Authorities say 29 passengers were thrown overboard. ABC's Trevor Ault on the efforts to rescue them.
Tonight, authorities say a man is dead after a tour boat inside this underground cave in upstate New York capsized.
Requested at Lockport Cave, number 5, Building Street. Reported a boat that is capsized. Conflicting reports about possible entrapment.
Officials say the boat was carrying 29 people on a tour like this of the Lockport Cave, about 20 miles east of Niagara Falls along the Erie Canal. The boat overturning 300 feet into the cave, sending every passenger into 55-degree water 6 feet deep. Authorities rescuing 3 or 4 at a time in an inflatable boat.
We probably have 10, 15 people out of the water. There's 20 people probably still into the cave stuck in the water. We're working on getting them out.
But officials say a man in his 60s was initially stuck underneath the tour boat, and they couldn't pull him out in time.
We're considering it a crime scene. So we have one individual who's passed. We have a whole lot of questions that need to be answered.
David, 11 people were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, including a rescue worker with hypothermia. Investigators are now working to determine what exactly caused this boat to capsize. David.
All right, Trevor, thanks so much tonight. We're going to turn now to the deadly case involving a chokehold on the New York City subway. Tonight, the former Marine who is facing manslaughter charges on what he says happened on that train car. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos again tonight.
Tonight, the man accused of choking a homeless man, Jordan Neely, to death on a New York City subway, speaking out, giving his version of what happened inside that subway car on May 1st. Daniel Penny saying it all started when Neely got on the train yelling and scaring other passengers.
The 3 main threats that he repeated over and over was, I'm going to kill you, I'm prepared to go to jail for life, and I'm willing to die.
Penny saying he restrained Neely so he couldn't carry out those threats, but did not intend to kill him.
I used this hold to restrain him, and I did this by leaving my hand on top of his head to control his body. You can see in the video there's a clear rise and fall of his chest, indicating that he was still breathing.
But the prosecutors who charged Penny with manslaughter allege that when Penny releases his arm from around Neely's neck, he appears to be unconscious.
No justice!
Neely's death sparking days of protests in New York City, some calling Neely's chokehold death a lynching. Penny pushing back on those claims.
Some people say that this was about race, which is absolutely ridiculous. I didn't see a black man threatening passengers. I saw a man threatening passengers, a lot of whom were people of color.
Neely's family has not commented on Penny's video. Attorneys for Neely's family say he was battling mental health issues. David.
Stephanie Ramos on this case again tonight. Thank you, Stephanie. Now to the war in Ukraine and images coming in from the fierce fighting. Ukraine's counteroffensive underway, and you're about to see tonight video reportedly of Russian soldiers being taken captive as the Ukrainians take back several villages. Tom Sufi-Burridge from Ukraine tonight.
Ukrainian forces breaking through Russian defenses, making their first gains in a major new counter-offensive. Troops recapturing 35 square miles in the southeast of the country, according to a Ukrainian defense official. Soldiers raising the Ukrainian flag, taking back 7 villages. This drone video appearing to show Russian soldiers taken captive. Tonight, President Zelensky calling the battles tough, but saying his forces are moving forward.
Well, these Ukrainian attack helicopters are flying down to the front lines a short distance away to try and attack Russian positions. As the counter-offensive here ramps up.
The helicopters flying as low as a yard off the ground to avoid Russian missiles. Launching rockets, then flares to foil enemy radar.
Some Ukrainian attacks facing fierce resistance from the Russians, but most analysts believe an even bigger push by Ukrainian forces is still to come. David?
Tom Sufi-Burridge and the team in Kyiv again tonight. Thank you, Tom. We're going to turn now to the miracle in the jungle tonight. The remarkable new images here from the Amazon rainforest. 4 children, ages 13, 9, 5, and an infant, found alive 40 days after the plane crash killed the adults on board. Here's ABC's Victor Kepler now.
Tonight, new video shows the moment the Colombian military finally found 4 lost siblings deep in the Amazon. Dehydrated and bug-bitten, but remarkably alive and alert. On May 1st, the 4 children, ages 13, 9, 5, and an infant, were on this plane with their mother and 2 other adults when the engine failed. The crash killing the adults, but sparing the children. They survived on cassava flour they found on board, eating seeds and fruit, hiding in tree trunks. The father of 2 of the children crediting the 13-year-old survival skills she learned as a member of the Huitoto indigenous community. All the while, military search teams never gave up, tracking every muddy footprint, following a trail of half-eaten fruit, dropping food and supplies from above, even playing audio recordings of their grandmother over loudspeakers, telling them to stay put, finally finding them 3 miles from the crash site after 40 days lost. Their family and the nation stunned and overjoyed.
And the youngest child, the baby, turned a year old while lost in the jungle. David, the nickname for this rescue operation, Esperanza, which translates to hope. David?
Hope indeed. An extraordinary story, Victor. Thank you. Now to the Utah mother of 3 young children who wrote a book with her children about grief when her husband died. Accused now of fatally poisoning that husband. Tonight, new court documents revealing what she allegedly searched for on the internet. Here's Katie Whitworth.
Wiping her eyes through handcuffs, the Utah mother accused of poisoning her husband today appearing in court.
All right.
Prosecutors say Corey Richens murdered her husband Eric by lacing his cocktail with fentanyl.
She was deep in debt, and the way to get out of that debt was to kill Eric Richens.
The 33-year-old mom went on TV talking about a new book she wrote to help her kids cope.
Dad is still here, it's just in a different way.
But prosecutors say a digital trail shows after Eric Richens' death, his widow was Googling luxury prisons for the rich, whether police can see deleted messages, and if someone is poisoned, what goes down on the death certificate. Corey Richens had allegedly taken out $2 million in life insurance policies on her husband and used hundreds of thousands of dollars from his bank accounts and credit cards without him initially knowing about it. Her defense arguing money is not a motive.
Being bad with money does not make you a murderer.
Richens' team pointing out no evidence of fentanyl was found in the home. But Corey Richens' sister-in-law pleading with the judge.
Corey is desperate, greedy, and extremely manipulative. If she gets out on bail, I will be afraid not only for my own life and those of all of my family, but most importantly for the lives of Eric's 3 sons.
And David, the judge sharing those concerns, saying sometimes a murder suspect can resort to desperate acts like harming a family member or a witness. Her bail was denied. David.
All right, Keenan, thank you. When we come back here, severe storms on the move at this hour. Texas to Colorado, then right up the East Coast. Also, the flight from New York to L.A. diverted, then what happened while it was on the ground. And tonight, one of Italy's most colorful leaders has died.
No matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help you have fewer asthma attacks and breathe better. Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12 and over. It is not a rescue medication. Don't take Tespire if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions may occur and can be serious. Rash or eye allergy can happen. Don't stop your asthma treatments unless your doctor tells you to. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens. Sore throat, joint, and back pain may occur. Avoid live vaccines. No matter who you are, ask your asthma specialist about Tespire today.
Upon approaching the 18th green, Isa Tanaka silently proclaimed, "My brother may think he's a better golfer, a more witty conversationalist. He may think he's superior, but he's not. Because I switched to Consumer Cellular for the same coverage for up to half the cost. He may have mom's dimples, but I pay less for wireless. I'm the one who wins." Birds, when freedom calls, we're here to answer.
Pepsi Complete works fast and lasts for powerful heartburn relief. With an antacid that starts working in seconds and an acid reducer that relieves occasional heartburn all day. Other brands can't do both. Pepsi Complete.
Dads are special.
What up?
Fun. Inspiring. Always there for you. So make Father's Day extra special with gifts he'll love from WeatherTech. Floor liners, cargo liner, seat protector, sunshade, ready-to-wash system, and cup phone. Or our newest product, the golf cart mat. Order these American-made gifts or gift card at WeatherTech.com. Have a very happy Father's Day.
Up at 2 a.m. again. Tonight, try Pearse's All Night. Unlike other sleep aids, our extended release melatonin helps you sleep longer and longer. ZzzQuil Pearse's All Night. Fall asleep, stay asleep.
Tonight, one of Italy's most colorful and controversial former leaders has died. Former Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi was being treated for chronic leukemia. The billionaire media mogul remained popular even while battling sex scandals and corruption allegations. Italy will mark his death with a national day of mourning on Wednesday. Berlusconi was 86. Here in the U.S. tonight, we're tracking severe storms across several states, damaging winds, large hail, and possible tornadoes from Texas to Colorado to Alabama. The system then up the East Coast, the Carolinas, and the Northeast. More severe weather tomorrow from Texas to Florida. We'll track it. When we come back here, the Delta flight from New York to L.A. diverted, and what happened when it was on the ground.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time, long live dreams, and long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali, and long live life.
Did you know, unless you treat dandruff regularly, it will keep coming back? Try Head & Shoulders shampoo. Dandruff is caused by irritation to a germ that lives on everyone's scalp. Unlike regular shampoo, Head & Shoulders contains zinc pyrithione, which fights the dandruff-causing germ and helps prevent it from coming back. It's gentle on hair and provides up to 100% dandruff protection, clinically proven. Try Head & Shoulders shampoo and conditioner. For best results, use with every wash. This has been Medifax for Head & Shoulders.
I think for me, as a father, I have the responsibility to let my children know who they are and where they came from and what my ancestry is and what my hopes and dreams for them are.
Ancestry is such a great gift for someone who not only loves history but also is a great storyteller.
It was the best gift that I ever received in my entire life because it opened up my life.
Now on sale for Father's Day.
Hey Mom, if I could talk, what would I tell you? I'd say thanks for giving me Cosequin all these years.
Keep 'em moving with Cosequin, the official joint health supplement of the Westminster Dog Show.
Doors can take us to new adventures and long-term goals. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by helping you create a comprehensive wealth plan with the right balance of risk and reward. Doors are meant to be opened.
Overactive bladder? I've been there. I also used to plan my days around finding a bathroom and fear of an embarrassing bladder accident. You're not alone, and you don't have to live like this. I don't. I found real relief with Axonics therapy, a proven non-drug solution, and I got my life back. Go to findrealrelief.com to get started. Ask a bladder specialist if Axonics therapy is right for you and to discuss potential risks. Results and experiences may vary. Your life is waiting.
Tonight, a scare for passengers on board a Delta flight from New York to Los Angeles forced to divert to Salt Lake City because of a technical problem. Then as passengers were reboarding, an emergency slide accidentally deployed inside the cabin. A crew member was hurt. Passengers were then put on another plane. When we come back here tonight, the boy, the school bus, and what he saw when those doors opened.
As someone living with type 2 diabetes, I want to keep it real and talk about some risks. With type 2 diabetes, you have up to 4 times greater risk of stroke, heart attack, or death. Even at your A1C goal, you're still at risk, which if ignored could bring you here. May put you in one of those, or or even worse. Too much? That's the point. Get real about your risks and do something about it. Talk to your healthcare provider about ways to lower your risk of stroke, heart attack, or death. Learn more at getrealaboutdiabetes.com.
Happiness is different things to different people. That's what happiness is.
Etsy has home, style, gifts. Etsy has it.
Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
At Simply Safe, we designed the #1 rated home security system powered by 24/7 professional monitoring for half the cost of traditional home security. So you stay safe for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Look at the skin, baby. She is glowing. She is 101.
With new Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash, 95% of women had visibly better skin. My skin is so much more moisturized. See the difference with Olay.
Oh, COVID-19. I'm not waiting. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Authorized for emergency use, Paxlovid is an oral treatment for people 12 and up who have mild to moderate COVID-19 and have a high risk factor for it becoming severe.
My symptoms are mild now, but I'm not risking it. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
If you have a risk factor, like being 50 plus, being overweight, asthma, or others, don't wait. If you get COVID, there's something you can do. Taken within 5 days of symptoms, Paxlovid reduced the risk of developing severe COVID by 86%.
Paxlovid may strengthen or weaken other medicines. Taking it with certain medicines may cause life-threatening side effects or affect how Paxlovid works. So it's critical to tell your doctor about all medicines you take, including herbal supplements, because lab tests or changing the dose of your medicines may be needed. Tell your doctor if you have any serious illnesses, allergies, liver or kidney disease, are pregnant or plan to become pregnant, are breastfeeding or use birth control. Paxlovid may affect how your birth control works. Don't take Paxlovid if you're allergic to nirmatrelvir, ritonavir, or any of its ingredients. Serious side effects can include allergic reactions, liver problems, and issues with HIV medicines. Other side effects include altered taste, diarrhea, high blood pressure, muscle aches, abdominal pain, nausea, and feeling unwell.
If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist if Paxlovid, an innovation from Pfizer, is right for you.
Nuggets are one win away from their first NBA title.
The NBA Finals, Game 5, tonight on ABC.
Finally tonight, the dad, his son, and the school bus.
All right, here we go.
Tonight in San Diego, the Poway Unified School District has a new bus driver. His name is Rick Daines. You see, Rick's children go to the school there, including his 10-year-old son, Eli, who has special needs. It turns out the district and the school, Willow Grove Elementary, had a bus driver shortage. So Dad said, I'll help. But his son had no idea.
I'll see you later.
Rick already has a full-time job, but he learned to drive a school bus too.
It was never on my list of things to do, but it just fell in place, and I'm not looking back.
The school district documenting Rick's first day on the job, and look who he's about to pick up.
That's Eli right there.
His son Eli on his route.
Hey!
Who's driving the bus today?
We gotta go!
Running to the bus, and as it turned out, his father.
Hi, Daddy!
Hey, how are you?
And right here tonight,
Hey, David!
Dad Rick and son Eli away from that bus route and now at the beach with their message.
If you see something in your community that needs to be done, helping your neighbor, whatever, maybe even driving the local school bus, go out there and get it done.
That bus driver, a devoted dad, is surprised for a very proud son. One very devoted dad. They deserve the beach. Good night.
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast. Peyton Hillis, once a powerful NFL running back, who almost died saving his son and niece from a dangerous riptide. Now tomorrow, for the first time, he tells his story.
Do you consider yourself a hero?
On ABC's Good Morning America.
TD Bank, we see the story behind every transaction.
You know, Grandma got me all the night.
Like yesterday, when this grandma went big for Nate's birthday, Nana went big too.
Bouncy Castle. Now I'm a real knight.
But she didn't expect the extra charge.
$75 for air? That overdrew my account.
No. There's a story behind every overdraft. That's why TD Overdraft Relief gives you an extra day to fix it and avoid the fees. TD Bank. Unexpectedly human.
With all you have going on, don't let your health insurance slip through the cracks. Renewal rules have changed. Visit us online or call for personalized help and keep yourself and your family insured.
Cedar Crest is more than senior living. We're Northern New Jersey's premier community for active living, healthy living, easy living. Here, you can retire from everyday worries and enjoy vibrant living, secure living. More than senior living, this is Cedar Crest living. More freedom, more value, more peace of mind. Get more from your retirement at Cedar Crest. Call or visit us online for your free brochure.
Time and temperature from TD Bank.
From the Alex Trebek stage at Sony Picture Studios, this is Jeopardy! Here are today's contestants. A children's book author from Brooklyn, New York, Marilyn Singer. A data analyst from Somerville, Massachusetts, Michael Nallely. And our returning champion, a networking engineer from Sewanee, Georgia, Suresh Krishnan, whose 4-day cash winnings total $53,999. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Mayim Bialik.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and welcome everyone to Jeopardy! It was Suresh Krishnan who finished off the week with us as champion, joining fellow season 39 winners David Sibley and Matthew Marcus in the 4 Wins Club. Let's see if Suresh can do it again today as we welcome our new challengers, Michael and Marilyn. Good luck, players. Here are your categories for the Jeopardy round. With Father's Day coming up, let's start the week with pop songs. Tropic of Capricorn Nations, narrator of the novel, core values, 5-letter words, and Ben & Jerry's Flavor Graveyard. Suresh, where should we begin?
Let's do pop songs for 200, please.
Daddy was the closing track on this diva's solo debut, Dangerously in Love. That's Beyonce. Suresh.
Pop songs 400, please.
In a 2004 Grammy Song of the Year, John Mayer urged fathers, be good to these people. Michael.
What are daughters?
Yes.
Pop song 600.
This NBA big man's 1994 rap song, Biological Didn't Bother, is dedicated to his stepfather. Michael.
Who is Shaq?
Yes, Shaquille O'Neal.
Pop songs 800.
In this 1986 #1, Madonna enjoined her father from sermonizing. Suresh.
What does Papa Don't Preach?
That's right.
Pop songs for 1,000, please.
It's what Papa's got in the title of a 1965 James Brown hit. Michael.
What is a brand new bag?
That's right.
5-letter words for 1,000.
It means an heir, especially to a wealthy or prominent family. Suresh.
What's a sign?
Yes.
5-letter 200, please.
Like a track athlete, you might pass it when turning a responsibility over to another.
When
Michael.
his father was assassinated?